Well, we're not gonna have any blueberries. Chickens are eating them all. Uh, you picking all the good ones, girls? All right, it's Friday, May 28th. I got this stand that I built a while ago out of some old scrap that I had laying around. I'm going to go ahead and put this one into use. We're going to go ahead and put some grease on these legs right along the face and maybe a little bit underneath. Despite our attempt to put some um, grease on the bricks, there are still ants getting in there, which I kind of thought that would be a possibility. They're coming up from the inside and walking across the boards. It wasn't a whole lot, so we slowed them down, but I'm thinking this is going to be the trick to stop them. The key is we're going to have to get the coat of grease put on, and then we will pick the hive up, move it just forward just a little bit, remove the old bricks, and then we'll put this in the same place. We don't want to move them too much, because if we move them too much, they'll get disoriented, and even if we only move it a couple feet or just a little bit over, there'll still be some confusion there. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that project and go ahead and get them situated. A little humid. It just got done having a pretty good downpour, but at least the sun's shining, and I think that's going to help a lot with our situation. And I'm just painting it on here with a paintbrush. But even on the brick, it was still creating a pretty good barrier. They didn't want to cross the grease. So the grease is working. It's just they had another way to get in. So we're going to fix that. And hopefully we'll get that situation taken care of. And but yeah, we're just going to put an even coat just along the sides on both, just like that. The nice thing I like about how these are put to the inside of the plate, so there's no water that's going to get in and wash it out. And this grease sticks real good even when it is wet, so don't got to worry about it running out onto the ground. Also, don't got to really worry about the bees getting into it, because they're going to be airborne anyways. So that's nothing I'm really worried about there. And I'm hoping this will also take care of our beetle problem. This might maybe take care of that too. I'm not sure. I've never heard anybody say anything about the grease versus the beetles, but you know what? If it helps, I'm going to try it for sure. And that's a big one right there. Thing I like about this stand, if everything goes good with these tie downs, I can use a small little ratchet strap and ratchet strap the top down if we got some heavy storms coming in, some winds, if I think something might be getting in there. So far it hasn't been that big of an issue. No predators that I've seen. Right now my only problems have been small hive beetles and the ants. These have been pretty well taken care of with the hive beetle situation. The ants, seems like they're taking care of that too, but there can be a time where they'll get overwhelmed by them, and when they get overwhelmed by them, they'll get sick and tired of it. They'll fill themselves up with honey and they'll abscond. And absconding means that they are leaving the hive. They're going to abandon ship. There's something in there that's made them uncomfortable, and they don't want to be there anymore. So they're going to try to take matters to their own hands and move into a different location. It'd be like if you lived in a neighborhood and your neighbors were constantly just doing stuff that made things uncomfortable for you. Sooner or later, you're going to get sick and tired of it, pack up and move, you know. It's just the same. It's the same situation. And different people handle situations differently like that. But yeah, I'm hoping this takes care of this problem. We'll see how it won't. Nice coat around the border. Boop. Let's give it an extra border of protection. But yeah, I noticed with the brick, it worked on the outside. So if they weren't getting in on the inside, I honestly don't think I would have had to do this. But I want to go ahead and get this stand done anyways. I got another stand that I'll put together when it gets close to putting another hive up. And there we go. I think that's going to be it for that. I'll get it in place so I don't gotta move it too far. And that's that. Okay. What I did while off camera, I went ahead and installed a bracket in each corner. I got one here and then one on the front corner of the other side. That way when I pick it up, the bottom board don't fall off. They probably got it propylized enough where I don't have to worry about it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going to move them forward a little bit until I can set them on this box. Just a short bit till I can get this other stuff out of the way. And once I get it out of the way, I'll move the new box or the new stand over, and we'll get them situated. Sugar water to attract the ants. And I think we're about ready to move. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little smoke because it's cloudy, it's rained. It's going to get them, they're going to be a little agitated. My goal, try to pick them both up. Just like that. I'm going to get these out of the way. thing I tried not to do, and that was get grease on my beekeeping gloves, but luckily it cleaned off pretty good. Alright, we'll just move this into place, just like that. And now we're ready to put the box on. I got some little rubber pieces I'm going to put under to help it so it's not sitting in that water. Help the wood, help protect the wood so it don't rot. Actually, they're being really good. I thought I was going to have a lot more issues. And that's pretty much it. I'll come back later. I'm going to make sure we're level and leaning, actually not level, I want to be leaning forward just a little bit. That'll help any water drain out from the entrance if it rains. And this should be a good move for them. I think this is going to take care of our ant problem. Okay, here we are on our new stand. All the bees seem to be doing good. They're on the front, almost like they were never moved. No one's disoriented, not flying around in opposite spots. Just about got it in the exact same place that it was. I went ahead and got it set for level. So we got our level here, making sure we're good. And it needs to come up a little bit more. I'll shim that up later. I got to get something else, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close, and I got it sloped back here on this side, so the entrance is facing out towards the ground, so any water will wash out. And that was it. Later on, I'll take the brackets off. I don't need those brackets. I just put them on so that way we can move it without the bottom board falling off. And actually that was a pretty good move. Very smooth. Didn't jostle them around. Actually, I wore the suit just in case, but it turned out that I didn't need it, thank goodness. And they're still doing good. I have noticed on some of these frames, they are building out some of these frames. So I'm happy. That's good. And that's it for right now. It is May 28th, and it is humid. This is all sweat. It is hot, it is humid, but so far it's a beautiful day. The afternoon cleared up pretty good. Got a little bit of sunshine from after a pretty good sized little thunderstorm to come through. Just a little gully washer, nothing too fancy, but that's weather in Mississippi.
We're working on taking care of our ant problem, and so far this is just one little guy, but they have been trying to get in there, and we'll see how well our little ant proofing project comes along. I don't see them being able to get up this. I'll be pretty surprised if they do.
If they do, they're probably getting in there from somewhere else, whether it fall from a tree, which I could see that even being a possibility. They may climb up and fall out of the tree branches, you know, onto the entrance, but we got them slowed down for the most part. I think that's going to be a good fix.